Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter. And look at this, guys. I learned the magic of the R button, which goes back and forth between third and first person. So, I kind of derped that up, didn't I? But we are still here. We are trying to find the best way to get through these sewers without getting eaten by anything foul. Or murdered by anything foul. I assume getting murdered and eaten would go hand to hand. Nothing over here. Actually, let's go into first person. I actually really liked that. So it looks like we're going to be having to do a little bit of a balancing act here. Much to my abject horror. Let's see here. Yeah, let's not foul up this fashionable coat that we're wearing. And this is a bit of a long trek as well. Ooh. Easy there, Seabiscuit. It's just London water. It's just the Thames. Completely sanitary. You wouldn't catch any kind of infectious disease. Of course not. Alright. Well, that was safe. Let's hustle over here and see... Still nothing. Let's look over the edge here. And that doesn't look like that's going to work at all. So let's go ahead and turn off or lower the water to 0 again and see what that does. I think we may have to drag that tarp thing, or not that tarp, that pallet over here. Well, wait a minute. No, not necessarily. Hold on. Let's go down this just to make sure. And if not, then we'll go ahead and put the water all the way up to 1. Ew. Nothing this way. Not even a corpse, which I'm kind of surprised about, to tell you the God's honest truth. Wait a minute. Okay. I see what we gotta do. We're gonna have to, do another balancing act here. But let's push this all the way back. And... Well, no, I don't think that would work either. Not the way that they're wanting it. And we can't climb up this because that's gonna... Yeah. But that is our destination. So let's head up the ladder here real quick and see what we can do. To get a better feel of what this pallet's gonna do when it starts rising. Oh, what is this? Oh, I see. Okay. Then we may have done exactly what we needed to do. Let's go ahead and put this down to 1/2. And there's our entry point. Okay. Good deal. Let's do a bit more daring heroics here. Or they're not necessarily heroics, but it is daring. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, what would I prefer? Would I prefer to fall into rancid water and potentially get an, like, skin-eating disease? Or would I prefer there to be no water whatsoever and just potentially, like, instantly die? I don't know. I think it would really depend on my mood at the time. But now that we have that settled, and hop, skip, and a jump. Awesome. I didn't know whether we were going to have to do some sort of like mini game. Now, what's it? What do we do? Ah. Pump it up. And... oh, we made a walkway. Neat. I'll go with that. Still no corpses. But...
a red powder. Given the circumstances, most probably iron oxide. Or just rust. Metal powder. Looks like aluminium. Magnesium strips.
Uh-huh. Iron oxide powder, aluminum powder, and magnesium strips are found in the sewers. These are ingredients for thermite, which is commonly used in railway welding. Alright. And we still have a lot more to do in this case, too. I just decided to... beg your pardon? I just decided to jump into the sewers like a genius.
So, it was the goal of Rasco's gang to rob the bank.
Oh, they dug underneath. Ah. So is this like the Bank of England?
The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables.
Indeed.
The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables.
Bank of England. Oh, this is going to be a puzzle, isn't it? What is it?
An old map of the sewers with a red cross.
Oh. Okay. So the money's right there. We need to go across the catwalk and then just take our first left.
This vault belongs to the Bank of England.
Okay, so we're not actually going to try and open. Hello, that is very shiny. But we can't grab it. So, whoa, we can observe something here.
The iron wall of the vault has been melted through. Still warm.
Did they make a drill? Or something? Did they payday it? So, we go all the way to the end here and take the first left that is available to us. Not that left. Oh, the door we couldn't get into before. Why didn't you do that in the first place, Holmes? I wanted to explore that earlier. Alright, make sure no one was there to bushwhack me.
This cigarette stub is dry. It was discarded fairly recently. Murad. That's a popular brand of cigarette.
I like how his voice is echoing.
The tobacco's aroma is still strong. It's sweet and nutty.
Holmes is an expert on all kinds of tobaccos.
Metal rings. They're used to hold the barrel in one piece. A banknote. Dry, so it hasn't been here very long.
And what we got here? Licorice?
All of the licorice has been eaten.
Savages.
These barrels are empty and unsealed. The thieves used these barrels for the loot, which they then threw into the water. I need to warn Lestrade about this.
Oh, okay. So they pulled a Thorin and Company. Went in barrels and went down the river. Hopefully they had a much, the money had a much calmer trip than Thorin and them did. But it looks like we're at the end of the sewers here, so I guess we'll just go ahead and find our way out. Examine. Yeah, sewers are done. Please don't let there be someone trying to kill me as we make our way out. Turtle or otherwise. I think it should be pretty self-explanatory how we get out of here. It should, but that's rarely ever the case. Was it down this way? Maybe? There was a machine. Wait. Aha! Stellar. So what's next on our agenda here? We've got the map. Examine the belongings of the victims and suspects. Interrogate possible suspects. Resolve the murder at the square. So let's head to Scotland Yard. And to prevent any kind of glitches or anything that seems to happen here, let me go ahead and pause the recording, and we'll meet you guys back at Scotland Yard. So here we are back at Scotland Yard.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, we have a slight problem.
What happened?
One of the suspects, Mr. Reginald Butcher, has escaped. It was after we asked him to put his belongings in the evidence room. I'm sorry.
How did he escape?
He hit me in the face. Took me by surprise, you know, otherwise
Of course. That's all?
Just before he left the yard, he shouted, "Sorry, I'll come back later."
Sorry, I'll come back later.
He could have said that without punching me.
Is Inspector Lestrade here?
No, he will be absent for a couple of days. Can we keep this incident between us?
How can I say no to that fashionable mustache? Oh, that is a fine hat you're wearing, sir.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Now, let's go ahead and look at some belongings first. And looks like we have 3 to look through.
This pen is an expensive one, but it isn't new.
Dear Mr. Butcher, your repeated absence, which is compounded by your delays with existing workload, simply cannot continue. You are responsible for a number of serious errors that your colleagues have found themselves compelled to rectify. We are sorry for this present situation, as you have always been an exemplary employee. We understand the complication of your personal situation, but if you are unable to correct your behavior in the immediate future, we shall be forced to terminate your employment. The Directors, Underground Electric Railways Company of London. Ooh. Okay, electric railways. That's something.
Reginald Butcher had problems with his job. The initials MB.
Might be a lady. Mr. Butcher, we have the most excellent news for you. Please arrange to visit the hospital as soon as possible so that we may conclude this matter. P.S. Her condition is stationary. Dr. Matthew Smith, Great Ormond Street Hospital, London.
This letter from yesterday perhaps explains why Butcher was in such a hurry. At any rate, I now have an exact address.
Indeed.
Reginald Butcher is fond of sweets.
That he is. I guess the licorice might have been his.
Thick leather gloves. They're probably insulated.
Benjamin, my son, I would be so pleased if you could join me and help lead our next charity banquet, which is due to take place on Sunday after the service. Your goodwill brings such joy, and I know that I may rely upon you. I remember how your life began in sin, your feeling rejected and alone in the world, and how you turned to the criminal path. But you found the strength within you to make the change. You became a good man, and our Lord shall have mercy upon you. I shall always be happy to see you in our church, my son. God bless you, Pastor Gordon.
Whiskey. Of poor quality. Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette.
Oh. So the cigarettes match.
My life has changed thanks to Pastor Gordon and my faith.
So that was the guy who nearly got, that they thought may have done it earlier. The cops are trying to drag in. Now we got some clues for deductions, but I want to see what else we've got here. Dear Mr. Garrett, we are obliged to inform you that despite your expropriation, you are still in debt to a considerable sum of money. We would request that you contact our payment service as soon as possible. Otherwise, we shall be obliged to involve the police in this unfortunate manner. Mr. Stewart, Financial Director, Bank of England. Seems like all 3 of these guys have motives.
Electrical wires.
Hell's bells.
A book. Karl Heinzen's 1848 Der Mord, with a bookmark. This terrible passage is apparently appreciated by Garrett.
If you have to blow up half a continent and create a bloodbath in order to destroy the barbarians' party, you can be deemed to possess neither scruples nor conscience. Anyone who would not happily sacrifice his own life for the honor of exterminating 1 million barbarians is not a true Republican. I agree, such clear-sightedness. Ooh. Okay, well that's foreboding. What else have we got here? Interrogate possible suspects, examine the belongings of the victims and suspects. I thought I had done that. Did I miss anything? Or was there more? Oh, there was more.
The belongings of the victims, Rasco and his acolyte.
Ah.
A normal pocket knife. A standard deck of playing cards.
Oh, it's the licorice.
Rasco is fond of licorice. Huh. The licorice was found both at the sewers and amongst Rasco's belongings.
Okay, so it's not necessarily what we thought before.
A Webley revolver.
Mm-hmm.
A police report about Rasco. He's only a minor criminal.
Mauricio Alfredo Vicente. Also known as Rasco, leader of a small local gang whose members can be identified by the gang's motif, a dog tattoo. The gang has been involved in frequent violence, robbery, pickpocketing, etc. Alright, is there anything... Nope. We're done with that. Let's look at our deductions here. We got a lot of stuff. Problems at work. And electrocution. Nothing there for the problems at work. I'm just kind of making as many connections as I possibly can here. Bank robbery and the bank's debtor. That makes perfect sense. Bank's debtor, bank robbery, anarchist. So we're actually making multiple connections with similar... Whoa. Did you see that? You saw kind of a ghost shape of all the connections that can be made. Bank robbery and electrocution. That's right there in the middle. And... I think we may be good for right now. Let's see what we got. Anarchist ideology. Anarchists oppose the state, capitalism, and market relations, but Thomas Garrett is in debt to the bank. Robbed bank. The Bank of England was robbed by the Rasco Gang. It is the bank where Thomas Garrett has a large debt. Just an anarchist. It's not anarchist ideology to rob a bank. They prefer to destroy. Thomas Garrett allied himself with the Rasco Gang in order to take vengeance on the Bank of England. Evil plan. Somebody knew about the bank robbery and managed to kill the members of Rasco's gang immediately afterward. Benjamin Fowler was a bandit when he was young, but he has since changed his ways. The plot thickens. Let's see what happens when we... No additional threads. Okay, well, let's exit out of here. Should we go ahead and head to the hospital? Or interrogate the people here? Let's go ahead and interrogate the people here, right? Oh, can we go into the morgue? Examine the bodies? Oh, that must be one of them. Okay, never mind. I guess while we're here, we'll do some interrogating. Now, this is the gentleman who he turned to a path of faith.
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation.
I would like to talk to him first.
Good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation.
I'm Benjamin Fowler, and I was arrested by mistake. I swear it.
You have not been arrested, Mr. Fowler. You are here as a witness.
Oh, but I saw nothing. I swear. Let me go.
Let's look at all the pertinent clues. Oh, he has the dog? Is it the dog tattoo? Likes trinkets? No, he's definitely religious from what we saw. Calloused hands, manual worker. Salt of the earth. Injured leg, which we took care of. And what are we missing here? Something. Oh, okay. Yellow nails. Yeah, that definitely means he's a smoker. Some habits are hard to break. Benjamin Fowler, a man in his 40s, is a manual worker. He's involved with the reconstruction work of the statue in the square, which explains his presence at the scene of the accident and his resulting leg injury. Mr. Fowler has a dog tattoo, a gang member's mark, which he attempts to hide. Yellow nails identify him as a heavy smoker, and he is a religious man.
Could you tell me what you were doing at the scene of the accident?
I was working on the square's statue. I work for the council, I swear it.
He is terrified of going back into jail.
Do you ever work with electricity?
Yes, sometimes. I repair electric lampposts, but I'm not a specialist. I swear it. It's new, isn't it? And complex and dangerous.
I understand.
Mr. Holmes, I know you're a great detective and you understand me, so please let me go. I know nothing, I swear.
Yes, you swear it, I know. Mr. Fowler, does the name Rasco ring any bells with you?
First time I ever heard it, I swear.
But your tattoo resembles his. You are in his gang, are you not?
No. It was a long time ago. I already forgot. I swear it. I just picked a few pockets for him when I was a young fellow. But I ain't proud of what I did. All my family, my parents, my brothers, dogs and cats all died when I was a lad. I wouldn't have survived otherwise.
Uh-huh. Mr. Fowler's work. Yeah, we got some electrocution there. Gang tattoo. Still nothing there. And that leads to not a specialist. Benjamin Fowler sometimes works with electricity, but he's not a specialist and it's doubtful that he would know how to create such a deadly trap. Fowler has sufficient knowledge to repair electrical lamppost, which could have enabled him to create the deadly trap for the cab. Benjamin Fowler is connected with the Rasco Gang. He has the gang's tattoo, but has made an attempt to remove it. Uh-oh. Fowler's new life. Fowler was once a member of the Rasco Gang, but that is now all in the past. Bandits like Fowler never change. His work for the town might be cover for his crimes. That's kind of a pessimistic view. Well, let's not make any... we still have more people to interrogate, so...
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation.
Now, this was the guy who was all salty the entire time.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Thomas Garrett. Why am I here?
You are a witness to murder.
Of course. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that the police jailed an innocent man in order to close a case.
No one has been charged yet.
Yet.
You do not sound so well. Pale face. No, he is definitely ill. Yeah, the coughing wasn't any determination. Anarchist symbol. So he's the anarchist with problems, with money problems. How's that for a nice bit of irony? Scoliosis, or scoliosis. Electrical burn. Domesticant, yeah, works with electricity. Thomas Garrett is an aggressive person who wears the symbol of the anarchist. He dislikes the police and most probably all authority. It is obvious that he is poor and all his clothes are old and worn. Garrett exhibits black sputum through his coughing, which is a symptom of scoliosis. I don't know how to actually pronounce that. Garrett is ill. A specific burn upon his finger reveals he must work with electricity.
Did you perhaps see anything in particular during or after this disaster?
Yes. I saw part of your bourgeoisie burn up and explode. It was spectacular.
Why did you remain in the square? Why not seek shelter?
Like the rest of the sheep, there were some wounded comrades, workers. I wanted to help them.
You have a severe cough. Are you suffering?
It's only a cold.
Eh.
Why not be honest with me? You are spitting up black fluid.
Ah, well observed. Yes, I have enough coal dust in my lungs to fuel an entire London district.
You were a miner then?
Since the age of 13, yes. At the Newcastle mines. 15 years of hell. Those were bloody times. But now it's over. I don't want to die in those holes like my father and my brothers did, in order to line the pockets of the rich.
Do you have any electrical knowledge?
How do you know about that? You a mind reader?
There are electrical wires amongst your belongings.
Clever. Yes. I teach electrics to my comrades, since I'm currently without paid work. I'm self-taught, so we're not as dumb as you might think. And I don't want to work for bosses anyway.
Interesting. What do we got now? Electrocution and the side job. The electrical trap for the technical cab was arranged by a professional. Thomas Garrett would not have sufficient knowledge. And as Thomas Garrett teaches electricity, he would have sufficient knowledge to make the trap for the cab. And we still have the same stuff here. But we still have one more person that we need to interrogate, guys. And he is currently indisposed at a hospital, and we need to make that trek to go find him. And we will do that at the beginning of the next episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.